Hello, it's a Saturday today and it's quite an unusual one because I'm here home alone. I haven't got a gig and Isabella's taken herself out to meet a friend for the whole day. So, the place is mine. It's already 2:15 in the afternoon. As you can hear, I've been doing some laundry. I forgot to mention in my last vlog that the filter had been blocked and we had unblocked it, and that's why it had gone all stinky, and that's why I was doing that 90-degree wash with a little bit of bleach in it. I think everything's okay since. So I got up late today. I didn't get up till 10:30, which was about the time that Izzy left the house actually, but she did come and say goodbye and get some money off me before she went. I've been sitting here doing a thumbnail for the next upload. It's that time of year, the tumble dryer is on, and this isn't the best arrangement because it's going out of an open window and it's really noisy and it's in the front room, but I'm not quite sure where else to put it. So it just kind of goes on when we're not actually sitting here working or watching telly. We don't watch much anyway, it's usually off. Something else I forgot to tell you about was jabby jabby. Or as Izzy calls it, stabby stabby. Excuse the big mountain of laundry to put away. Izzy takes a lot of medication to manage her inflammatory condition, as you probably know if you follow this vlog. And last week she had a dermatology appointment and she surprised all of us by requesting to switch to a self-injected form of some of her medication. And he said yes. It's not for all of them, it's just for one particular type of medication. She's been having trouble keeping it down. It makes her a bit nauseous. So because she's still having trouble with that, he has decided it's a really good idea to make the switch. So on Monday, we've got to go and have a practice with a dummy pen. She only takes this one particular thing once a week, so she's got to hold off on tomorrow's dose and then have it for real with the nurse as well. So she's going to have a go with a dummy pen, and when she's mastered it, do it for real there and then in the office with the nurse. We have one already. Well, we have about 10 already from the chemist. They look like this. So I presume that yellow bit just presses against the abdomen, and then you have to click the button, I think, and it just goes in. It's very, 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 very short needle. It doesn't go into the muscle. It just goes a little bit under the skin, I believe. So this is an interesting new chapter we're entering now. So yeah, that's our big news, health-wise anyway. At some point today, I really need to get to grips with Flute Cave. My shelves are still not really assembled. You see, IB did one for me the other day. It's not attached to the wall. It's not going there anyway. You see, I've got lots of stuff that I want to have stored down here. I want my instruments out of their cases and on the shelves so they can be played. I want all my music categorised on shelves. So it's my plan. I think I got 2 of these big ones and one narrower one. So I think, well, I haven't quite decided. I'm either going to have 2 big ones there and 1 narrow one there. I think that's what's going to happen. Or the other way around, but I don't think they'll fit because look, this wall curves a bit. I didn't measure, I just kind of found myself in IKEA. And my measuring was, I knew I could touch the ceiling with my fingertip. So that's how I knew that they would fit. I was like, okay, I can do that. They'll be short enough. Not very high tech, was it? Studying all this maths and then I go and do it like that. It worked though. What I really like to have, and haven't had for ages, because I haven't had the right situation to do it, is I like to have a stereo at head height, so I can stand here playing my flute along with it and have it up so it's not really, really loud, but because I'm close to it, it's going to be at a good volume for me to play along with it at the volume that I am acoustically, and it's sound balanced into my ears. So that's the plan. This is not the right height, but I've got another one to do like this, so I'll make sure that my one's the right height. Very excited. I've got somewhere to put my camera now. Hey! The thing that I do not want to do is drill holes in walls. Is it just me that's like got a bit of a thing about this? The last time I tried to get a hole in the wall, I put the drill against it and it just, I was like putting all my strength on it. I'm just not very strong, you know. I was putting all my strength on it and it was just skittering about all over the place, and it made such a massive mess of the plaster. I had to polyfiller back over it, sort it all out. I just don't want to do it. But IB's not here, and he's only ever here sort of after 8 o'clock in the evening at the moment, and there's little ones next door and there's little ones next door that side, and I think it's just too late to be drilling holes in walls. So don't know what I'm going to do exactly. I might have a go. I just don't want to wreck my plaster. Right now though, I'm going to get my flute out and have a good old play for a bit and drink coffee before lunch. I'm trying to play quite quietly and with the door open because I've got an Amazon package due to arrive today at some point. It's revision flashcards for the Edexcel IGCSE Biology. And guess what? I'm a lot more excited about that than Isabel is. I'm doing nitty-gritty finger exercises again, as I often do if I feel like my practice schedule's slipped a bit. Just choosing this book. It's quite an expensive one actually. So it was recommended to me by somebody who was like already been through conservatoire and everything, you know, and was working as a professional classical flautist, so quite highly recommended. Just dropping my giant paperclip on the floor. Well, before I picked the camera up, I was going to tell you I was having a bit of trouble with that one because this little finger just didn't want to go down as quickly as the others. Little fingers tend to be a bit, you know, less responsive than your other digits because you tend to use them a lot less in real life. So when you're a flautist, you have to do exercises that use all the fingers equally to make sure that they are all equally responsive. Anyway, it's sunk in now. In the time that I've picked the camera up, something has clicked in my brain. It's amazing how you can work on stuff, can't do it, and then it just continues to process in the back of your mind somehow, and then you come back to it and you can do it. Strange, but good. It's that one. It's getting the little finger down exactly the same time as that one comes up. Of course, the closer you can keep your fingers to the keys, the better, because they've got less distance to travel. So if you're really working over a long time to increase your speed, to be very, very fast, it's quite good. But a lot of people have open hold flutes, like they have little holes in the middle. And so it encourages perfect technique because you just can't even get the notes out properly unless they're covered properly and you've got your fingers in the optimal position. One more thing before I stop filming myself practicing. I have a mirror here, look. My perfect Flute Cave setup is having a mirror so that when I'm practicing I can examine my fingers in the mirror and see which fingers are lagging behind the others when it comes to speed. It's 4:30 and all's well. I am reheating leftover stir fry from last night. It should be delicious. It was delicious last night as well. It's not very proteiny one, this, to be honest. I probably should put some beans in it. I'm feeling very lazy though. Izzy is fine. I rang her not so long ago to check out how she was. She's having a whale of a time. She's not quite ready to come back yet, but she's going to let me know which train she gets on. My Amazon package still didn't arrive. All that playing with the door open as well, I felt quite self-conscious, especially having the window open as well because of the tumble dryer. Don't particularly want the neighbours to be getting annoyed with my continuous, incessant flute exercises. There, that will do very nicely for my lunch. If I eat with chopsticks, it makes me eat a little bit slower. The problem is I'm getting too good at it now and it's not slowing me down as much as it used to. My package came. Let's have a look. Ta-da! Right, I'm rather hoping this is going to make a difference for Izzy when it comes much closer to her actual exams. Here we go. Izzy could have done with this the other day when she'd completely forgotten what respiration was. I will link those in the description in case you're interested. It looks like there are quick questions and harder questions, so we could perhaps just filter out the ones that we've covered so far and just use the quick questions for now before going into more depth at this relatively early stage. I've recently spoken to Izzy. She rang up. She's on her way home on the train, so we should see her in a while. But right now, I'm going to go down into Flute Cave and I'm going to try and wrestle that shelf into position and put some things on it. It's actually missing a few shelves because I purchased extra. As you can see, I've got quite a pile. All of these are actually a pack of 2, you see. Right, bear with me. I'm going to do some wrestling and moving around. Okay, I've made a bit of a start. Look, I've managed to manhandle and manoeuvre that over there and start loading some of the shelves up. It's not attached, but I really can't see it coming over, but we'll see. I'll make a decision on that later, but I'm going to put it there for now. I've managed to get rid of a box out of here, so hopefully I'll be unpacking some more of these boxes later. I'm going to try and assemble the second one now and put it next to it. It's coming together! Just under the top poles here, I haven't done the ones underneath. And I'm just going to stick a couple more shelves in. Izzy's home. She was sitting here for 5 minutes, she claimed, watching me in silence, and I had my back to her and didn't realise she was here, and then she just randomly coughed and frightened the living daylights out of me. Thanks, Izzy. 7 o'clock in the evening and we're now looking like this. It's still not attached to the wall, but I'm going to have to ask my boyfriend to help me with that, I think, because I'm too wimpy. I'm too much of a chicken to do it. It is all in the mind, I'm sure, but the mind is not up for it. So there we are. Good. This is, yeah, I had an extra shelf to squeeze in here because Invisible Boyfriend didn't remember that I was going to shove an extra one in there. So, but anyway, I'm sure this will be useful for piles of paper because I always have lots of those. So let's see if we can get all this clutter on those shelves now and have a nice spacious room. It's later now. Here's what I've done so far. It totally will still need to be reorganised and sorted out. Honestly, the piles of things are just put randomly. There's still some boxes left to unpack and still stuff under the stairs as well that you can't see here. And that's it. I'm starving now. I'm going to go and make some dinner before I expire. Thank you so much for watching today. Do give the video a like if you liked it. Comment down any thoughts below and hit the subscribe button to follow more of our adventures. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!